Welcome to Game Crunch, a weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Oop.
And Brandon.
Hello.
And Dave returns.
Badoo.
And we're here to talk about games and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Matter of fact, yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
On DTTAG. Time to talk
What?
about games.
I
Sorry.
think we're talking about games this week, right?
Ah,
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
just got to nod. The producers nodded at me. So we are, in fact, talking about games this week.
Good. I was
it's wild.
Damn.
Wild that we're talking about games this week, or wild that I have producers for our independent podcast in the house. I assume they're my life producers. Like, I have to check with them before I do anything.
Yeah, exactly. I assume they are your actual real life producers. Like, you just
Yeah.
look over and it's like, yo, can I make this dinner right now? And they're like, no.
So
it's
your
not the
mom.
cards.
Is what it is.
Not the
your
right
mom.
time.
No.
Mom, can I
Mom.
talk about games? Mom.
After you do your chores.
Oh,
Do
man.
your homework, son.
Oh, what's the
I'm
thing that
28.
Cartman says in that World of Warcraft episode?
Oh,
when he needs his mom to help him with his business.
I don't know what he said. All I remember is that she came down and he just pooped all over her. That will forever be burned into my head.
It's the funniest shit ever.
No pun
Literally.
intended.
Literally.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, what do we got to talk about this week?
Games and
Halo,
things.
Black
We've already
Friday
been up for that.
sales.
Let's talk about books eventually.
Yeah, books are good.
Sounds good.
Anybody read Infinite Jest? No,
No.
just me.
All right. Well, who wants to go first? Let's ask.
Mine's boring.
I want to hear Nick's.
Yeah. I want to be
There's
bored.
nothing new
Bore
to
me,
say
Nick.
about it.
Well, then why did you write it?
That's what I've been playing.
All right. Well, what have you been
I
playing?
answered the question. Halo Infinite.
Oh, did
That's
you
it.
happen to buy the season pass?
I did. How did you know?
He
Son of
made
a-
you so good.
It's almost like we talked about this before.
I
the
spent-
show.
Shush! We don't
I-
speak before we start the podcast. We just
yeah,
sit quietly in the corner.
You just jump right into it. I, in fact, spent $9.99 in US dollars.
Whoa.
$9.99, 3 nines in US dollars to
Mhm.
buy. I guess it's like 1,000 moonbucks.
Yeah.
And bought the premium battle pass,
Nice.
and that unlocked things for me and continues to unlock things for me as I progress
Nice.
through the multiplayer, which I didn't read it, but I saw that they adjusted the experience again today.
I have
You get
not
more
seen that
experience
yet.
points on the first game now. That's I guess nice, right?
Halo Infinite XP update. Yeah, there was something that came out today. I didn't read it because I was at work still, and I was like, I probably shouldn't
Mhm.
read this at work.
You get
Halo
6 for
Infinite's.
6.
Let's see. Halo Infinite's Battle Pass XP is getting another big upgrade, but players now finally get rewards for playing. Finally, okay.
That was already a thing, wasn't it?
Let me get to the actual meat and potatoes because I know what the fuck
For
you're
the first 6 games, you get you get 300 points for the first game,
Ah,
and then 200
yeah.
points for the next few games, and 100 points, and then by the 7th game, you get 50 points. And so
yeah.
they're trying to and so they're trying to incentivize, I guess, that first game or something. I guess.
Yeah, so if you play 6 games in a row, see 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, that's 1,000 XP, and then you get 50 per game post that, which I'm at like level 2 of the battle pass and level 3 of the event because that started this weekend. So I've been playing Fiesta mode, which sucks, but I've been playing Fiesta mode to try and unlock the stuff for the event because the armor looks really cool.
Okay.
But I mean, other than that, it's still a very good game. It's still very enjoyable Halo. I did see though that apparently retail discs did leak out into the wild, so like you might get some Halo Infinite campaign spoilers, possibly, maybe. I won't be able to enjoy that because there's no disc drive on my Xbox, so
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I could be like, bah! But it won't play, unfortunately. I could maybe rip it and figure out how to run the ISO, but that's a lot of work. And I'm not doing all that just to play Halo. But the multiplayer continues to be fun. Nothing really new discover. I realized though, Brandon, I don't know the name of the gun, but whatever the gun is that shoots like the harpoons or the whatever the fuck they are, I'm really fucking good with that gun. It's really fun gun to use, and I just kind of like pull it out and like bop and just get headshots with it every time without even scoping it. I'm like, this is the easiest shit. I love this gun. It's a great gun. So yeah, no, it's been very fun. Otherwise, haven't really played much of anything else. I'm getting my girlfriend set up and started on Animal Crossing, and that's going to be fun because I realized that unless I put her on a different Switch, we'll be sharing the same island.
That is correct.
So I still have my old Switch, so
There you go.
I'll set her up on there, and then we'll see how long it lasts. If she gets addicted to it or not, which I think she will. But
Is the new Switch? You said you have an old Switch, so is your new Switch the OLED Switch?
no, I bought the Animal Crossing Switch when the game came out, and then my OG Switch has just kind of been just chilling, not doing anything, having a good old time. Just doing
Sounds good.
nothing. Cool. So yeah, sounds good. But other than that, no, I haven't been really up to much of anything else. So pretty uneventful video gaming week for me. Not a lot of video games going on.
That's a shame.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play over the Thanksgiving holiday? Did you have like a lot of free time to play?
Nope, actually I did not. So Thursday was pretty chock full. Friday was pretty chock full. I actually didn't get to sit down and play Halo till Sunday.
Wow.
So I mean, by that time the weekend's already over.
Yeah.
So I played. Did I play D&D? No, I decorated my house for Christmas on Saturday.
Nice.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, so my house is all decorated. I did. I can't talk about that gaming stuff. I did hang up. I have a bunch of the Hallmark ornaments, the video game ornaments, and I finally hung all of those up and have been able to observe them in all their glory. They are very nice. Like, albeit a bit expensive, but very nice. I've purchased, figures of that size for that price range before and haven't got as nice of a product before.
I feel like for what you're getting, that's a pretty standard price for ornaments because they're less than 20, right? If I remember.
Yeah, they're like, I think the most expensive one was like 18, but that was like a Groot and Rocket one that you could put batteries in and it talks. The rest of them are like anywhere between $8 to $15, and like the paint on them is not bad at all. The actual build of them is great, and they just look nice on the tree. I got the Mario star that came in, so I put that on top of the tree as well.
Oh, nice.
So that's the star I got for the top of the tree was that. So
nice.
I know the Caped Mario ornament I got earlier this year from them looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one last year too, and I don't remember what it is. I'm sure I'll figure it out once I actually put my ornaments up.
Yeah.
So I got that, but I did just order a Pokemon one yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So because they had like a Santa Piplup, and I was
love
like,
that.
Fuck yeah! I'm like, I'm
I
down
love
with
that.
that. Yeah. So I got that one coming. It should be here before Christmas. So
That's actually really
I saw
great.
the Mario caped ornament. It's cute.
Mhm.
$32.99 though. It's pricey, but
that's not what I paid for it.
No.
Oh,
Go to a Hallmark store. I guarantee you have at least 5 near you. They are more.
Oh yeah, $17.99 online from Hallmark.
They are more
Yeah, and
around than you realize.
If I remember
Crazy the
2
amount
days,
of markup Walmart is doing.
yeah, well, that's Walmart for it. Well, because usually the Walmart ones, it's not Walmart that's selling them. They let individual people sell on there.
Okay.
They just don't show that. But if you do it from the Hallmark store, if my experience is the same as yours is now, if you sign up for like a Hallmark card, like while you're like doing the checkout process, I think I got free shipping and like a coupon on top of it. So it ended up being even cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Has Nintendo been doing this partnership with Hallmark for a while, or is this like the first of its kind?
I
it's
think
been
they
doing
started
it
it
for a few
last
years.
year.
Okay,
At least last year, if not before that.
interesting.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, they had some really nice stuff come out of it. They had I cannot remember what I got last year from them, but I did get like the NES controller.
I have
They
that.
had-
It's very nice.
Yeah, I think they have a SNES controller
Mm-hmm.
this year. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
I may have to look into this. I see they have the Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Spider-Man and
Yeah, I got the Spider-Man
Disney,
one.
Mickey. Cool.
They're very cool.
My whole tree is going to be covered in nothing but pop culture memorabilia.
What's wrong with
for the
that?
season.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
Nothing. I'm down with that.
I don't have any kids who make shitty ornaments yet, so like I don't have to hang up their shitty ornaments and pretend like I like them yet. So I get nothing against people who do have kids who make
Shitty
sure
ornaments?
very good quality,
Mhm.
just beautiful macaroni art ornaments. Like nothing against you. I'm sure there's also no religious problem with making like a macaroni cross with Jesus on it, but like whatever. But yeah, until that point where I have to fill the front of my tree with
Nick,
what?
you missed the perfect opportunity to say Jesus.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Damn it.
I only make my macaroni Jesus on a cross with mac and cheese.
No, macaroni
so.
cheeses next to Cheezosaurus Rex, of course.
Absolutely.
Our Lord and Savior Cheezosaurus Rex.
Holy shit.
But yeah, no, until I have to hang like glued popcorn to paper on my tree, I'm going to be using these pop culture memorabilia and whatnot. And then maybe I'll get my possible future kids into this shit, so then they can be like, hey, remember that dumb turkey handprint I made you back in the 3rd grade? You don't need that no more. Put Scooby-Doo back on the tree. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, so it's nice. It's my first time having like I've had like a tree in like my parents' house, but like I moved out of my house this past year and like I got my own tree and like have my own things going on.
Yeah.
So like it's
Yeah,
been
man.
that's been fun doing all that. Yeah.
You're
So,
truly a grown-up.
I'm just doing that whole domesticated person thing.
Yeah.
You sound like a
Look
cat.
at you.
Yeah, look at me. I'm pissing by myself. I can wipe my own ass. Cooking every night.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's been the life of me for the past couple of days.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
I can talk about what I'm playing if you like. I'm playing
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, sure.
latest, greatest
let's talk about
games. I'm still playing Luigi's Mansion 3, so still chipping away at that. But I recently picked up the Myst remake. So this is like the completely like redone version of Myst in full 3D and whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know how old it is. I had a $10 coupon
Came out
for
this
the
year.
Epic. What's that?
Came out this year.
Oh, it did. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
had
I
a $10
remember it was like early in the year because it also has a VR support, and I really want to play it in
Oh,
VR.
wow.
I just didn't have my VR hooked up at the time.
Yeah,
It's
that's
on Game
neat.
Pass also, if you have
Oh,
Game Pass for like PC or whatever.
cool. Well, I am playing something recent then. That's good. Well then, yeah, this is my first time actually playing Myst. I knew about it, and I saw, of course, the hype when it first came out. And it was all popular, but I never actually played through it, and so this is my first time actually playing it. And I just had a $10 coupon from for the Epic Game Store, and decided to give it a shot, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Did they get those out
definitely-
again this year for the Black
I got
Friday or
one.
something?
I got one for something. I can't remember
Okay.
why I got it, but they gave me a $10 coupon. I'm like, well, I guess I'll use it. They already give me all these free games. I might as well, buy.
Yeah,
a few
might
games
as
from
well give them a few dollars here and there.
them. Yeah. I considered getting Far Cry 6 because I've been hearing good things about that game. I also considered Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's the one
but-
you should have got.
Yeah. Oh no, it was on sale for Black Friday. I should have probably picked it up. It was like what, $30 or something.
I got it for 25.
Nice. Which were at GameStop or?
So there's a PlayStation 5 version that's 25, and then I got the PC version also because options. I heard that it had ultra wide support, but yeah.
Oh, sweet. I may have to go pick that up.
Do you remember
it's
you
still
could
on
beat the
sale.
original Myst in like 15 minutes if you knew what you were doing?
True.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of it's just like reading like the books to figure out the puzzles. Like there's no barrier to stop you from, I guess, putting in the right combination if you know what they are. So
Mhm.
Googling
Yeah.
them.
but
Just going to the
interesting.
final puzzle in the first 5 minutes and just be like,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you do a quick Goog, somebody has the combinations for Myst. It's fairly.
Oh yeah.
I know it's like a new game, but
Mhm.
I'm sure you'll find like GameFAQs or NeoSeeker posts from like 15 years ago.
So I'll say this: you were mentioning Far Cry 6. I actually think Far Cry 6 is not good. Like,
Oh.
I've really liked playing most of the Far Cry's. I've played through pretty much all of them. 4 is the only other one that I'd say is a little lacking, but Far Cry 6 is like just so generic that it's not
Yeah.
even fun. Like, I was playing it with my friend for a while, and I don't care how well it's rated and all this, that, and the other. It's just not a fun game to play. It's very boring.
Oh, okay.
It's very
Wow.
by the numbers. It's like Far Cry 3 and 4, but a worse game.
Wow.
Like, that's basically what it is.
But it has cockfighting.
Oh, you're like, imagine
Yeah,
Far
no.
Cry 3 or 4, but like not good.
Yeah, basically.
I will say the Far Cry 6 though, like I've never played it, but the pure fact that they have a cockfighting game that is much in the vein of Tekken already puts it pretty high up on my list of things that I'm glad that exists.
Yeah, I mean, it's a neat distraction for like 15 minutes, and then you realize there's literally nothing to it, and you're just like, all right, well, that's that. I'm done. Like, me and my friend GP, we played that mini game, and we realized very quickly it's just all about timing and pressing one button over and over again.
Welcome, you know how to play Tekken now.
That is not Tekken. That's insulting. Sorry, I just wanted to say my 2 cents. I think you made the right decision not buying Far Cry 6.
Yeah, I mean, I may get it if it goes like way down. I've still got Far Cry 4, and I think I've got Far Cry 5, and I've only played a few hours of anything into those games. So that's my biggest thing.
good.
Is like, I like the intro to 5. I mean, it's definitely very interesting. But it's like that always happens where it's like I get pulled in from pulled to real life and can't let myself get sucked into these games. But that's one of the things that kind of kept me from just buying as many games as I would have liked to have bought over the holiday. Usually Black Friday is the time. I don't know if you guys where I stock up on games, right? Because they're so inexpensive, and I have games that I literally still in the package from years ago because I never get around to playing it. But it doesn't stop me from going and going on a buying spree. And so this year I bought Resident Evil 8, Super Mario Wii U Deluxe, It Takes Two, and I bought the Mario Kart Live Home Circuit Mario set, but that's more for my son.
Mm-hmm.
So not as many as I could have bought, but I definitely got my fair share of games.
Was that on sale?
Which one? The Home Circuit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was $60.
That's
I think
shocking.
Yeah, Walmart.
That's
I think
actually
it was
really
Not
good.
terrible, actually. Yeah.
No.
So,
no.
I mentioned before that on your list of on-order games, you have something I wanted to talk about. It Takes Two is the best game that released this entire year. It's so fucking good. It's easily my game of the year.
Cool. Did you play with somebody?
Yes.
Nice.
It's
why I don't play with my
it's the
wife.
only way you can actually play the game. It's
Oh, really?
only
Wow.
multiplayer.
Wow. Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to play that with my wife, because I saw it's just like a really cool way to kind of visualize a lot of the mini games. So it got good reviews. So I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
It's fantastic. It's just so good.
Nice. Hey, is $25 a good deal for Guardians of the Galaxy for PlayStation
Absolutely.
4?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm getting it. Because of you. Word of mouth.
It's so good.
Placing the order.
There you go.
It's ordered.
There you go. It's a
Come on the
little
show
bit
and talk
like
about it.
it's a little bit like Mass Effect. It's a little bit like Platinum games where you get like combos going. It's a little bit like a character action game. It's a little bit like a third-person shooter, and it's a little bit like Telltale games, all wrapped up into one.
Nice.
And it's actually fantastic.
Kind of half expect you to go into like Mambo number 5 right there.
Actually,
Got
I
a little
mentioned
Monica.
before we were playing. Well, we were playing. Listen to me. We started this podcast that there's one game that's like the sleeper hit of the year that no one's going to play, but everyone should, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes. It has the best soundtrack because they literally made a band for this game.
Wow.
That's cool.
I wish I could have heard it during the announcement trailer or the subsequent trailers.
Oh, no, I know. I completely feel the exact same way as you, Nick.
Like,
when my friend
it's-
told me this game is phenomenal, I was like, I hate the fact that this exists because of how many times I saw it. He was like, you just have to trust me. And then he showed me the band that they have for it, and I was like, this is fucking fantastic.
I feel
And then
like
I started
everybody
the game, and it's so good.
I feel like everybody at Eidos should get like a firm handshake because like no matter how hard Square Enix lackluster fucking advertising department tried, they
Yes.
still could not kill that game. Because like I remember when they first showed it off at E3, there was like no nothing, and everybody like, the game looks stupid.
Yeah,
There's
we thought
no
it was so
way I'm
dumb.
not going to link this in general chat right now. This is literally the first song you hear when you boot the game, and it's fucking amazing. And it's
Yeah.
playing in your Sony Walkman while you're sitting on your bed reading your comic book, and your mom is wishing you a happy birthday in your 80s inspired room and her 80s hair, and you're wearing a jacket that says Star-Lord on it. And it turns out Star-Lord made his name based off of this band that is a made-up band for the game called Star-Lord.
Yeah, this song rips ass.
Isn't it awesome?
You know what it sounds like to me?
Album. There's an entire album, and it's incorporated into the game at very, very specific moments, and it's so well done.
It sounds like to me
Mhm.
like they were like, hey, what if hair metal existed in like the Devil May Cry universe?
It kind of is. It kind of is.
Like this is like I would like if you sent me this song, Brandon, with no context, you'd be like, Nick, what game is this from? I'm like, oh, it's Devil May Cry.
That's true.
This is Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
No, that's
so
a pretty
yeah,
great song.
this game's fucking phenomenal. I highly recommend it. And also, like, everything is licensed as well. So you have like fucking Tears for Fears, Everyone Wants to Rule the World. You have like I think even Never Gonna Give You Up's in the game. Like all these
Nice.
80s and 90s songs are in the game as like actually existing in the universe. And like they're mentioned and everything.
So it looks like he's done stuff for Deus Ex, but I'm trying to feel like
This is
what
an
else
in-house
he's
band.
done.
This is their in-house band.
That's
Like how
wild.
Harmonix has an in-house band. This is Eidos, I think it is, or
Yeah, it's
whoever it is.
Eidos.
Yeah, it's their in-house band.
That's
That's
cool.
fucking wild.
Yeah, they're incredibly good, and like there's so many moments that are like, this is a really good Telltale game because there's lots of decisions you get to make in this game, like
There you
that
go for
actually
my
have
vinyl
consequences and everything. So
Wow.
I found a vinyl for it and it looks great.
Nice.
Yeah, art's
Alright.
amazing.
I'm very sorry for interrupting you, but I needed to get that out there.
Yeah, I got some music to listen to when I do chores.
I
Whatever.
would say wait till you play the game because it really
Oh,
is a
okay.
lot more impactful because it in the game itself. But yeah, it's awesome.
Cool. Well, I'll be able to report back if I'm on next month. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Anybody else get any good deals over the Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing?
I bought Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun too.
Were they leashed or unleashed?
They were unleashed, and it's really good also.
Yeah, I heard they took really good care of representing the models of the cars. Like,
You
that
can
was
actually
the
see like
thing.
the real serial numbers on the bottom of them if you like flip them
Wow.
upside down and stuff. It's
really?
really well done. Yeah, it's cool. And like the tracks and everything, the attention to details, very, very well done. Like all the little starting points for your cars are like a piece of electrical tape on the orange track. There's a lot of things you can look into that are little small details that make it really come together. And they have like
Nice.
all the real licensed like toy kits and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of attention to detail in this game.
Cool.
I got it for like $30 or something. Totally worth it at
Nice.
that price.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any good deals?
No, I didn't buy anything this year.
Yeah, no, I didn't
What?
buy anything either.
Wow, how can you resist all those good deals? Or do you already have the games?
No, it. You know what it is? I don't really have a lot of time to play the games as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, I look at the deals. And I'm like, that's a great deal. And then I think about it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this shit, and I'm just not gonna play it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Same here. But, like, this is the only time that I buy games most of the time, unless it's like a really awesome game I have to own. Like, I'll buy Persona 6 whenever that comes out.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So there's certain games I'll buy brand new, but 99% of the time I buy them used or I buy them on sale. What about any other like just Black Friday deals? Anything like any like Anybody get a washing machine?
No,
I
I
didn't
did
do
get
any
I
by
did
the
get
way.
one other game though, and I bought Ragnarok, which is a VR game. It's a VR
Nice.
Viking racing rhythm game.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
so like how when you play Guitar Hero, you have like the notes come down and everything. It's like that, but you have the Viking drums in front of you, and as the notes come down, you're like hitting the drums with the note beat and everything, and it's allowing your ship that you're like racing in to like move faster. So like as you're playing like faster notes and actually hitting them correctly and keeping the score multiplier going, your ship gets faster than the people that you're racing against. It's really neat.
Oh.
It's a lot of fun in VR. It's also very like abstract, like the way the character models look and everything. It kind of looks like paper, like what's the word I'm looking for? Origami like characters or geometric shapes more so
Okay.
than actual people. And it lends itself really cool in VR.
Interesting.
Nice.
It also has a lot of licensed Viking metal music, so it's like it's fucking sick as well.
Nice.
But that's
Yeah,
it. That's what I got. That's what I've got.
Okay.
I got my PSVR still sitting on the shelf. I gotta connect that up because they're like
I don't know.
they
if
put out
it's
some
on
free
PSVR.
games on PSN. What's that?
I was saying I don't know if this is on PSVR. I hope it is. It's really fun.
I would hope so. Like, isn't that the most popular platform? I mean, it's not popular, but most widely bought platform. You know.
It was until the Quest 2 because it's just
Oh,
a
okay.
headset and it doesn't require a computer or anything. You just put the headset on. There's no wires or anything. And you just buy the
Nice.
games on the store that's built into the headset and then you're done.
Wow.
But
Does it play
yeah.
Half-Life Alyx?
It does not, but you can buy a link cable and then you can
Oh.
hook it into a computer and use it like a normal VR headset and play Half-Life Alyx.
Okay. Oh, cool. I'll try and get my PSVR working first.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want to play Resident Evil 8 in VR. That's my plan.
8 doesn't have VR, sadly.
What?
Yep,
Yeah, 7 does.
7 does. Only 7 has VR and it's only on PlayStation.
I didn't do VR for 8? Oh,
Nope.
I'm sad. I want to see that lady, that big old lady. What's her face? Lady Demetrescu or something.
Yeah.
In
As someone
VR.
that's beat the game 3 times, I'll just leave that alone.
There you go.
That's a really good game though. Lots of
Yeah,
fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I like 7. I played that all in VR, whole thing.
Oh, no.
That's a really good VR game.
Oh yeah, it freaks you out. Like I had to stop playing certain times because it was like you're walking around like there's a part where you're on a ship and it's like dank and you hear the sounds in the background and it's just it's pretty intense. I know they had Resident Evil 4 had a VR mode now.
Yes,
really
that's on
useful.
the Quest 2. I really want to play it, but I actually don't own a Quest 2.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
heard good things about it. I mean, I saw the girlfriend review and it was very well
Oh, they did one. That's neat.
lauded.
Yeah. Oculus is kind of fucky because
Yeah.
like the Rift S, for instance, which is also an Oculus headset. That's the one I own, and I think Nick, you own one too, right?
I have a regular Rift, not the Rift
Okay.
S.
Well, we both own Rifts. And then the Oculus Quest, which is just another version of the Rift, that one is the only way you can play certain games, including Resident Evil 4 VR. So even though I have like a higher power headset and a computer that can play it, I'm not allowed to. I'm locked out of a game on on my own platform that I've already purchased into because I don't have a specific headset within that platform. So like quite literally they're treating it like the PlayStation 2 versus the PlayStation 4, except I could literally upgrade my PS2 using my computer instead, so like it doesn't really work. And quite a few people are really pissed at Meta / Facebook for the way they've handled the Oculus stuff. It really sucks.
What's going on in the world of Pokemon, Mike?
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, let's hop over to that.
Smooth transition.
I know. Well, my name is Mike Anastasia.
Oh, nice
and
to
I'm
meet you.
addicted to Pokemon. It's
Bye,
bad,
Mike.
y'all. It's bad.
How bad we talking?
Okay, so let's pick up where we stopped last week, which was the end of Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Was at the Elite Four. Finally, was able to complete the Pokedex, so I could actually like do the post game stuff because of that stupid balloon.
Mm-hmm.
And so beat the Elite Four, got to do some of the end game stuff. So I will say for my complaints last week, the game is a little bit better balanced once you hit post game, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice. Still doesn't really like make me happy about how it was beforehand. But that stuff is nice. So then once you finish it though, once you get the Pokedex like completed so you see everything, then the rest of the post game stuff is accessible. Like it literally is just logged behind you seeing everything. So then you can go to I think it's Ramenes Park, where you can go. That's where you can go and trade in shards that you find in the other underground to get the legendaries of the prior games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unlocked. They're a huge pain in the ass to do because you have to get either one large shard or 3 small shards to trade in so you can do a battle with them, and they're just incredibly uncommon. So that's just, it's a pain. But I did it because I'm dedicated like that. So I went through, I got all the legendaries from the past games that were there, that were available. So I did that, tried out some of the battle tower that they have. That's neat. They did make it in this game so that you can re-challenge the gym leaders every day, which is nice if you're looking to like grind up money or extra experience. So that's kind of a nice added thing that they put in. And then they did, what else did they put in that I was just about to talk about? Don't remember all of a sudden. But that said, there's not a lot of post-game content that's extra in this game. Like some of the other, like the older remakes, like Heart Gold Soul Silver, like Fire Red, Leaf Green, they added like a bunch of new areas to explore. This doesn't really have that. It just has kind of more or less what was already there. So interesting, I guess, if that's your thing. There should be enough to keep you busy for a little while, but it's not going to keep you busy forever. So then, but then I was done with like the big stuff after I caught the legendaries, and so I was like, well, I'm like, I'll just go and do some like more annoying things than there. So I went fishing for Phoebus, which are annoying. If you ever went to go catch Phoebus before, they don't just like, it's not just like, how do I put this? It's not like you just walk up to like, oh, they're in this lake, and if you fish there with this fishing pole, they will show up. No, it's like they're in this lake in 4 specific tiles that are random every day out of the 400 that are here. So if you want to catch them, good luck. So I found I will say it only took me 30 minutes. I was lucky. Some people it takes hours. So I went and caught those, and I evolved that because it's one of the Pokemon that you have to evolve by the beauty stat, which is not even a thing anymore, really. So I go and do that. Then I went and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get this Spiritomb Pokemon because that's uncommon. You have to go and talk to 32 people, 32 NPC characters, unique NPC characters in the underground because I'm sick.
Okay.
That's why. So yeah, so then I went and did that, and then I was like, well, why don't I breed some because they're so uncommon, just so I have some for later. So then I stuck them in went and found a Ditto and stuck them together in a daycare.
I totally blanked out for a second. I thought you were breeding unique NPC characters. Just breeding humans with a Ditto.
I mean, why not? That's basically the story of like,
oh man,
Detective Pikachu, isn't it? That Ditto's just going around pretending to be people. So, yeah. So anyway, so I did that. Then I was like, well, I'm bored with this game now, and so I put it down. And then I was like, but I'm not bored with Pokemon yet, and I really wish I had something new to play. So I did. I did something new to play, and I downloaded Crystal on the Virtual Console.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I beat that, all of it. This is in the last week, as you may have gathered. So, like all 16 badges you can get in that game. And then I went through and caught the legendaries. And those legendary dogs are a pain in the ass in that game because they roam and you don't know where the fuck they are. And they just show up out of nowhere. And they're like, surprise, bitch, I'm Entei. And you're like, oh, damn. And in this
where
game,
do you come from?
Yeah. And because it's one of the old Pokemon games, because it's like Gen 2 original, if you kill them, they are dead forever. So you have to be like, not only do you not know when they are coming, you can't kill them because then they will never come back. So that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I went and caught all those. And I will say, just because we were talking about like the balance of the older games, and Brandon, you were like, the older games are so much worse. You should try. Actually, I will say, I actually thought Crystal is incredibly well balanced. I don't know if I never played the original Heart Gold, or not Heart Gold, just Gold and Silver. So I don't know how different those are. But like just the way the gyms progressed, like everything was within a couple of levels each other as you progressed through the order that they wanted you to. And I never felt like I was like super overpowered at any gym. Like I felt like I was always just on the cusp of winning or losing. Like it could go either way. It's pretty much how I felt for the entire game. And that's what I want. Like I don't want it to be a cakewalk, and I don't want it to be a super challenge. I just want it to be like, hey, you know what? You build this team, you got to utilize the tight matches, and if you do it right, then you should be able to get through, with a little bit of leeway, if you play it smart. But if you don't play it smart, then you're fucked. Like that's what I want. Like so, and I thought Crystal did a really good job with that. And I will even say too, like I absolutely enjoyed this game. So. I was actually surprised how much I enjoyed it, considering how old of a game it is. It came out in 2001, so it's like a 20-year-old game at this point, and it's original. Well, it gets Game Boy Color, but it's basically original Game Boy with color slapped on it. So you do still have like dumb things to deal with, like HM slaves. Like you need those to get through the game, and not just one. You need like two, because of course that's just. You need one that can fly, and you need one that can cut, and ones that can swim, and all that bullshit. So you got that. Then there's also like old Pokemon things I completely forgot about. Like, do you remember that you have to like change? Do you remember having to change your boxes so that if they were full, you could still like catch Pokemon?
No,
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, like that's how it used to be. Like if you had a box that was full and that was like your assigned box, then it would just be like you don't have room in your box. Sorry. Like. Bye. Good day. So, yeah, that's the thing of like the old games. That's just crazy. I don't remember that at all. So, yeah, that kind of stuff. But then it was nice just going back through and just seeing like, because the one nice thing that I think, like, the second gen games like really nailed like the post game stuff. Because you're like, oh yeah, I'm the champion of Johto, and they're like, well, no, there's fucking Kanto. Go to town. And you're like, oh. And like it's only supposed to have been like 3 years, but they're like, yeah, this Kanto's withered and grizzled. Now that the Team Rocket Mafia is gone, the economy's collapsed, and everything went to shit. So, and like the Cinnabar Islands are like nuked by a volcano. Safari zones closed. They just got all this crazy stuff going on. And it's like, oh, like it's interesting story. Like, I actually kind of enjoy. And then not to mention. Like the protagonist of the last game, Red, is like a hermit recluse now who doesn't even talk anymore and lives up in the mountains by himself training his Pokemon. And it's like, damn, this got dark. Like, don't even talk to your mom anymore. Yeah. So that was interesting. They also, one nice thing with so this game, legendary wise, it lets you catch the 3 legendary dogs. So those are there. You can catch Ho-Oh and Lugia. But like as a bonus for the Crystal Virtual Console release, they did also add in like the content so you can catch Celebi, like it's built into the game instead of being like an event like it was back in the day. So like once you complete the game and you go to leave one of the Pokemon centers, they're like, oh hey, here's this special Pokeball, go figure this out. And it triggers the event that lets you catch Celebi. So if you want to catch Celebi, you can go catch it. So yeah. I also got the Red Gyarados now, which I never got before. I don't know why I didn't get it in the DS remix. But yeah, I wrecked with the Red Gyarados. Very helpful. So, yeah. So I finished Crystal, and then I was like, well, this was a great experience, and I had a wonderful time. But I'm like, but I'm not done with Pokemon yet. So then I started up Black 2.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I told you it's bad. It's fine. It's something fucking wrong with me. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know how I'm not burnt. Like I get sick of RPGs. I don't know how I haven't burnt out on this yet. And
you're going to at some point. You're just going to be like, fuck Pokemon.
I know. Probably what's going to happen is Arceus will come out,
and you're just not going to care.
Yeah, I'll just like play it for like 10 minutes and be like, red, and then I'll be like done, and I'll be like, that was great. I'm glad I waited so long
I
for this.
feel like what's actually gonna happen is like you're just so sucked into these Pokemon, you're gonna be like, this is not like what I've been playing. Because like, isn't it supposed to just be a complete departure from Pokemon in general, like the
Yeah.
gameplay wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably gonna hate it. Like, I feel like you're actually gonna hate it.
And like, there's some people that are, you never know with like the rumor mongers online,
Mhm.
but there are people who are like, yeah, I got to play it now, and they're like, it's super grindy, and I was like, oh no, that's exactly what I don't want to hear. I mean, I guess the
I'm-
nice thing is like it's not random battles. So
Dude,
that's
I'm
really
kind of expecting it to feel like a games as a service, but as a Pokemon
Ooh.
game,
Ooh.
and that's what hurts.
honestly, I was thinking about this the other day because I was reading something on Reddit and people were complaining about not being able to get like certain Pokemon, like the mythicals or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like, I am so surprised
Mm-hmm.
that like the Pokemon company has not been like, hey, you want this? You want this Mew? It's $5. Like,
Yeah,
Give them
no.
ideas.
like it just seems like so lot. Like honestly, if they added like an event for it and they're like, hey, like this is a DLC, you could do it multiple times if you decide to restart your game or whatever, and it lets you go through and like it's like maybe like a 30-minute to an hour like DLC that eventually lets you catch like a legendary Pokemon or a mythical Pokemon. I might be down for that. But if it's just like an unlock code, then they can screw off with that.
Mhm.
So
I know I'm going to sound like I'm describing Pokemon Go, but if they made a Pokemon like Arceus type game free to play, but you had to buy your own Pokeballs with actual money, would you buy that? Would you play that game?
Absolutely not.
No.
So I've been playing Pokemon Go since it came out, and I have spent exactly $0 on it.
Same.
So I am pretty sure the answer would be a firm no on that. It would have to be like something fucking incredible. Like they're like, this is the best game you've ever played, even though it's got a shitty mechanic. Maybe I might, and only to the point that I can get what I want out of it. But beyond that, I don't think so. I really don't. So
Is Pokemon Go still good? Are people still playing that? Like, I know
Yeah.
you said you're playing it, but I mean, is it like, do people group up at like locations in the real world still? I know that was hot for like a time, but
that I don't know. I know there's
They
still like
have-
raids and stuff.
They have people that do still play it pretty religiously, more or less, but you're not going to see the big like groups or
Yeah, let's go out.
what are you
hunting for
doing out
Pokemon
here?
kind of thing.
I'm playing Pokemon Go. Me too. Like that's gone.
no.
That's gone.
Yeah, I haven't
But,
heard about
uh,
that in a couple of years.
Every time that we had a Pokemon, that we have a lighthouse. We had a lighthouse near where I worked, and like I'd see that every day going home. There'd be just vast groups of people all around the lighthouse because it was one of the gyms or towers or whatever the like key places
okay.
was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was neat. I played a little bit, and then
Mhm.
I lost interest very quickly.
They've been still doing a lot of interesting stuff to keep people engaged with it. So,
Mhm.
'cause they keep on adding new features in, and they're slowly like rolling out like newer generations. I was thinking about it the other day with that too, because I was like, at this point, I'm pretty sure that the game, like Pokemon Go, is going to stay like a few generations behind deliberately because of the ability. Because Pokemon Home lets you transfer stuff in and out, so it's advantageous for them not to be like up to date with the most current iterations, like just
Right.
kind of like trickle them out. So that's kind of, they've been doing like one or two new Pokemon a month is basically where they are right now. So they'll get there eventually, but they're not in like any particular hurry. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that ends up doing with that. But it does still seem to be really popular, and it does seem like they built something that, I mean, it works really well. Like it seems like it's a pretty solid game, much better than the Pikmin game, which I got bored with multiple times already. Every once in a while, I'll get a notification from it. They'll pop up, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I walked 1,000 steps today. I don't care what you have to say to me, Pikmin. I can't even be bothered to send you out on expeditions." So, yeah. So that's that. And then, so I said I've been playing Black 2 and White 2. I haven't finished that one yet, thankfully. I've only gotten 5 out of the 8 badges so far.
You're getting there.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So, but I never played actually. Like, so I had Black 2. I bought it when it came out, But I realized this week I'm like I never actually finished it. So I started it up. I don't even think I like finished like the first like gym or whatever. But I was so focused on getting the Pokedex together for Black that I used Black 2 as like a means to trade stuff back and forth. So I traded stuff to it and then I just never played it. So yeah. So but I do really I forgot how much I really enjoyed Black when it came out. I enjoy so this region is the one that's based on like New York City. So you have like the big like metropolis area and then just like a bunch of like suburbs around it. And I think they did some really interesting stuff with like the graphics and the style with this one. And I do really enjoy like this region's Unova. So I really like what they have here. And one thing I actually really liked about Black and White, which I think a lot of people when it originally came out did not like, was that they locked all the old Pokemon into the post game, and you had 150 brand new Pokemon to play with when you started it. And I always liked that because I was like, oh, it's kind of nice just to be forced to play with new Pokemon instead of having to be like, oh, I'm gonna go get Pikachu or Psyduck or Bulbasaur or whatever, like the ones you've been playing with for the last like 20 years. So kind of like that. Black 2 does, because you're starting a different area, it does actually like give you access to more of the older Pokemon from the get-go, but still, it's pretty nice. Actually, I went a little bit overboard. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna transfer in all the starters to play through on my team. So I took my copy of Black and I got the starters on it and transferred them over to Black 2. And I was like, okay, here we go.
That's actually kind of what happened with me on Pearl, though. My friend was like, hey, what starter did you pick? I was like, this one. It's like, give it to me. I was like, what? He's like, give me your starter. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, just like give it to me. So I give him my starter, and he gives me a shitty like nothing Pokemon. No, he told me to catch a fodder Pokemon. So I caught like a Geodude or something, and then I gave him my starter. I was like, okay, now what? He's like, well, now your starter's Geodude. And then he just left the online room. I was like, okay. And he comes back and he's like, all right, go back to the online room now. And I get back and he gives me my starters and he gives me 2 eggs and it's each of the other starters as well. He's like, I bred your starter. I have all starters. Now you do too. I was like, oh, nice. Sick. So
I kind of in some way feel like it's a really fun way to play through the game. Like you have all the starters. Like those are the Pokemon that they're kind of like
dude,
highlighting.
It makes Pearl and Diamond so much easier though. I feel like
Pearl
because like Katie didn't have all the
without them.
What?
So they're easy even without them.
Well, you were complaining about the difficulty spike before, and
I was complaining the difficulty at the Elite Four. Everything before that was just like you could look at it wrong and they would blow over.
That's true.
That was my problem with because like you're just so like overpowered for all the gyms that you just destroy them, and then you get to the Elite Four and they're like, "Suck it up, motherfucker," and they're like, oh, "Damn." I'm like, I gotta go and like get good. So
nice.
Yeah. Which I said I don't necessarily mind it. I just kind of wish it was like everything was like closer together. Like I'd rather be, around the same level of everything as you're going up instead of like 10 levels over and then all of a sudden 10 levels under. That's all I was saying. Like I said with Crystal when I was playing through it, I was within like above or below like maybe 3 levels of each gym as I was going through. And I was like, oh, that's not too bad. So I said this one, by the time I finished the gyms, I was like 10 to 15, like above like the last gym. And it's crazy. And that was all my Pokemon.
Okay.
But you'll see, how far did you end up getting with it?
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember.
It's been that long?
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, like I said, I started playing VR again. And also, I've been playing both Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and Hot Wheels Unleashed. So
yeah, keep you busy.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I got for Pokemon. That's all.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow,
surprisingly,
only
3 Pokemon.
I could hear you talk about
Pokemon
Pokemon all day.
I thought so too. I actually wanted to hear more of Dave's stuff that I accidentally interrupted because he has like a literal list here.
Yeah.
Well, I can talk about what I'm reading since that is a topic area that we can talk about. Although it's not video game related. Is that okay?
You're fine.
All right. So I'm reading Obama's book, his biography. It's actually one of 2 volumes, what's crazy is like I'm listening to it because that's how I primarily read is audiobooks, but it's 29 hours for his
Jesus.
first volume of his biography. But it's an awesome book. Like, I mean, whether or not you liked him or voted for him or whatever, he is an awesome orator, an awesome writer, and he has a great way of telling stories. And I'm a big Obama guy. I voted for him. I like the guy. I was happy to have him as president. And so it's great to hear all about like the behind the scenes stuff because he really takes you and goes into great detail about like his rise to power, and just kind of what it takes to get a bill passed and the wheeling and dealing. So he talked about how because he came in during the whole big economic recession with the housing crisis, how he dealt with that, and now he's talking about dealing with the health, the Obamacare and the health insurance issues. So it's just really interesting, and even his story about how he rose from to be a what is it he was a state senator, and then he was a national senator, and then obviously president, and just hearing that story is really great. So if you want to hear him talk about his life and learn what it's like to be president, there you go. A Promised Land by Barack Obama. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
And then another book that I read before that, and this applies to anyone. If you're trying to either break a bad habit or learn new habits or just change anything about yourself or improve yourself, Atomic Habits is a great book. And basically what it does is it makes you think about habits as not big things, or like it makes you think about changes in your life. It's not like some big thing you have to do, but something that you do incrementally over time. So like, if you want to exercise more, instead of necessarily going to the gym from nothing and working out for 2 hours and being like, I'm exercising more, you just work out a little bit, and then the next day or next week you work out a little bit more. And so it's about stacking these changes, because the reason that we get fat or unhealthy over time is not like we instantly eat a cookie and now we're fat, right?
Nope.
It's over time.
I take pride in what I've built.
There you go. Yeah. So it's just like with me, I have a problem with weight because, again, it's just this sort of systematic bad habits that build up over time. So it's the same way. Bad habits build up over time. Good habits build up over time. So it's a great read. If it has actual like actionable things you can do to like, if you're trying to, fix yourself or change the way, you're living. So those are two great books I read. I recommend them.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, those are very helpful books. Well, one's helpful, one's interesting.
Yeah, I'm a big bios guy. I like bios and stuff. So give me a good bio, and I'll be happy. I love people's life stories.
Okay.
There was one I was just reading about. Well, I didn't read. I was at the museum the other day, and they had this one biography posted about this one guy, and I was like, I really want to pick this up and read this. It's about this guy who was like real life Indiana Jones, I guess. He was like a archaeologist, but he was talking about how he like almost died like all these times while he was doing it. I took a picture. His name's Roy Chapman Andrews.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was like, he's the thing is like in the first 15 years of field work, I can remember just 10 times when I had really narrow escapes from death. There was like, he was talking about like typhoons. This boat was charged by a whale. They were both, him and his wife were almost eaten by wild dogs. They were in great danger from fanatical Lama priests. 2 close calls when I fell over cliffs. Yeah, I'm just reading this thing. Once when I was nearly caught by a huge python, and twice when I almost had been killed by bandits. And I was like, I have to read this book. I said, this sounds really interesting.
I need to know what fanatical Lama priests are, to be completely honest.
I just imagine like the things from like Indiana Jones, like Temple of Doom. So I doubt that's what they are, but that's what I imagine in my head. Like,
yeah, that works.
Trying to sacrifice you in a volcano and pull your heart out. That's just kind of
sounds sick.
What's the book called?
It is called Under a Lucky Star. It was published in 1943.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's like he was in the 1800s to, let's see, it has this 1884 to 1960. That's how long he was alive. So, like old school, like adventure.
Yeah, I can't find it on my typical. I use an app called Libby, which is connected with my library card, so I get all my audiobooks and everything digital for free off that. So it's a great service.
Oh,
If
nice.
you're not taking advantage of your local library's online distribution system, you're missing out. Great. Forget Audible, forget all these other things. That's the way to go.
All right then.
Okay.
Yeah. They do have it on Amazon. It's on Kindle for $8.
Oh, sweet.
So there you go. You want to go check it out?
I also listened, if you like bios, I also listened to A Very Punchable Face, which is Colin Jost's book, and it's extremely funny. So
Oh, I like him. He's really funny.
yeah, no, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
The audiobook, and again, it's like, you can read, of course, but the audiobook is so much great because he's obviously doing his delivery, right? So it's like he's doing his bit for, I think it's like 6 to 8 hours or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
had me rolling many times.
Did
Do
you
you want to
use that
talk
one
about
audiobook?
movies?
Yeah, sure. I know you
Yeah,
just saw
absolutely.
something exciting.
I recently watched Encanto, which I talked about before the show, and that's a great Disney. This is a new Disney musical. 8 songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So if you're a fan of what is it, Hamilton, right?
Oh,
Or In the Heights, or anything that he's done, like beautiful, awesome songs. You can listen to the music, but without the movie as context, they don't hit as hard. Like you're talking about. Guardians, right? Well, the same thing with this. Like you can listen to the songs, but they make much more sense in the context of the story.
that makes sense.
But even though it's a kids movie, right? My kids loved it. They both were, like mesmerized by it the whole time. Which usually, when we go to the movies, at least the younger one, like he gets bored very easily, even in a kids movie. But this time, watch the whole thing straight through, which was great. But great music, very tugs at the heartstrings. Like,
Okay.
I definitely felt it multiple times. So, highly recommend that if you're looking for a good like family holiday film. And then other movies I've seen, I saw Eternals, that was good. Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Dune. So, all great movies. I can talk about any of them, or if you guys have seen any of them and you got any comments to share, I'd be happy to.
Wait, is that the new Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah, new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Afterlife.
I forgot that even came out.
Yeah,
How was
came
it?
out, a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was around
Yeah, it was
Halloween.
fine. It was good. It was perfectly adequate. A good closure to the Ghostbusters trilogy. If you know, unless you look at the after credits and then you're like, oh boy, they're starting it back up. They definitely leave
Nice.
the door open for future Ghostbusters, but I think this capped off the trilogy well.
Okay.
It makes up for the 2016 Ghostbusters
Oh, thank God.
abomination. But good story. I think the first 2/3, kind of like what critics have said, the first 2/3 are really good. They really kind of hit that nostalgic vibe, and then the last third, it wasn't, it just wasn't as engaging.
Okay.
A good movie overall, enjoyable, good acting, and again, the nostalgia carries it for the majority part. But good movie. Dune, I saw that. I have the HBO Max subscription, so I saw that at home. Excellent movie. The way they realize tech in it has weight. It's just really well done. And I've not seen any previous Dune movies or whatever, or read the books, so the whole story is new to me. And then Eternals was a okay Marvel movie. I'll say about that. I don't know. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but it was just an okay movie.
What do you think the worst Marvel movie is?
I'm going to sound very basic, but obviously Thor 2 is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think Captain Marvel is pretty forgettable. I thought Shang-Chi was fine. I think Captain Marvel is probably one of my least regarded, just because it's like, when you start to think about it, it's kind of meh, and then it's really meh. Like, at least Thor 2 is kind of funny bad, I would say. Captain Marvel isn't even really like funny in a lot of ways. It's just an average movie. So yeah, I probably Captain Marvel or Thor 2.
Okay. I feel like those are really safe bets. And then my least favorite is Iron Man 3. I don't like Iron Man 3 at all.
Yeah. Do you think it's worse than Iron Man 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the biggest issue with Iron Man 3 is they ruined a villain that's a really good villain. And then on top of that, they also from a medical standpoint, they vastly undersold like they did a really good job of like tackling like PTSD and anxiety, and like it
Mhm.
seemed like it was going to be a really interesting plot line, and they just threw it out the window, and it was like, oh, okay then, because like a lot of comics and stuff will tackle subjects like that, and they do really well. So it felt like it was going to do something like that, and then like a kid sat down with him on a like old couch and was like, get over it. And he's like, you know what? I should get over it. And it was like, all right.
Thanks, kid. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. You just solved all of my post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's great. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, little child.
Listen, it's that easy to solve.
Oh yeah,
Who knew?
absolutely.
There you go.
But
Just
no,
go find
I
a
just thought it
random
was
kid.
a bad movie. And like also like, you know, you're talking about Shang-Chi and how you thought it was an alright film. Like, you know, if we had the Mandarin, the man, if we had him,
like-
it would be a lot more interesting. But he was kind of ruined
In
in another
Shang-Chi?
film. No, he was ruined in
Did you see
Iron Man 3,
Shang-Chi?
is what I'm saying. I've seen some of it. I actually fell asleep.
They-
Not because it was a
so-
boring movie, but because it was I
They
watched it very,
actually
very late.
they referenced that in Shang-Chi
Okay. I must
And-
have not
oh,
got that
wow.
far then.
because they
Oh wow.
so the main big bad of the movie
Hmm.
is this, you know, immortal being.
Yeah.
And he goes by the Mandarin, and they talk about the one from Iron Man 3 who just stole the mantle of the Mandarin.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
actually the Mandarin.
But are they actually going to like use that now as the actual Mandarin in the film? Because if so, that's pretty good.
I mean, you should probably. You've
Yeah.
seen a lot of Marvel
Yeah.
movies with villains. You know how that works.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that
Yeah, you
makes
should let the
sense.
secret. You should let it. Yeah, you should definitely see it like in the movie. I think you'll enjoy it, or maybe you won't
Okay,
enjoy it. I
I'll
don't
see
know.
how they handle it in that film.
I was
then,
gonna say,
so.
you know how all your favorite Marvel villains come back.
Yeah.
And they never die or anything in the movies, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see them in the sequel. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
Nice. That's good, actually. Then.
And some movies I'm looking forward to. I'm sure we all are. Of course, the new Spider-Man: No Way Home,
Yeah.
the new Matrix movie, and just came out actually the Netflix He-Man Masters of the Universe Part 2 of that first season. I want to see that. Those are the three.
How do you
things I'm looking
like
forward
that
to.
series?
I like the first part of it. You know, I know that obviously there were a lot of people who were pissed off at it and the focus on the woman as opposed to He-Man, but I don't know. It was good television. I enjoyed it. Good cartoon. I don't have the same kind of rabid fan love for the series or the show or the character as maybe other people do, but I thought it was perfectly adequate, and I think the second part looks interesting, what they're going to do with it. So, yeah.
All right then.
No qualms. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man: No Way Home. I'm going to see that opening night for sure, and then Mixers Resurrections. I'll have that on HBO Max.
Yes, that's a Christmas movie, isn't it? Like they're releasing it on Christmas Day.
I don't know. I know it is December. It could be that. I assume
Christmas
they'd want to
usually
get
is a
out of
big movie
Spider-Man's
day.
way.
Yeah, nobody wants to be in the way of that web shooter.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, December 22nd.
as long as you stand to the right, you'll be fine.
December 22nd is the new Matrix movie. So
Okay.
a little bit before Christmas.
Yeah, about a week after. Do you think the Spider-Man: No Way Home is going to be bigger than Endgame?
Yes.
Budget, like box office? wise?
Yes. Oh wait,
Wow.
money wise,
Yeah, it'll have
yes.
it'll make more money than Endgame. That's what I'm saying. It'll basically be the most highest grossing movie ever made.
I think it will, only because this is like the first major Marvel movie outside of the pandemic, right? Like we've had a couple of Marvel movies, but they were all kind of like either meh or new people being shown off. And I think the excitement around this one is like Endgame levels. In terms of, you know, people wondering if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire showing back up, you know. Obviously, there's the excitement because now you're getting into the weird multiversal stuff of Marvel.
Yeah.
And, you know, just Doctor Strange is there, so obviously people are just
I
psyched
love
for
Doctor
that.
Strange.
I love Doctor Strange too, as well. So, like, there's a lot of things that I think this is going to be the tone setter for the next phase moving forward.
Mhm.
and you're going to see a lot of things happening here. So I think whereas Endgame served as a good bookend for that Infinity Saga, No Way Home is going to do that, but for like opening this next, chapter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I think people need to see it, and will want to need to see it rather the
Mhm.
night it comes out because of how big it's going. Because like I need to see this the day it comes out, because if not, it's going to be spoiled all over the fucking place.
Yeah, this is definitely
Yeah.
gonna be spoiled everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already read the leaked script, and like, if
Oh,
any of
wow.
that was actually kept, holy shit.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
100%.
I mean, yeah, I definitely do see it being really big, but I do think this is. I don't know if this will make as much money as Endgame, because Endgame was a bookend on everything, more or
Yeah.
less,
Right.
and you had all those just like tens of years. Like there was at least 10 years between the start of Phase 1 and like Endgame, just closing everything out. So that sort of thing, I think,
Yeah, more-
leads to it probably being like one of the biggest selling movies in the Marvel universe. But
Yeah,
I'm
and-
not sure.
And
I'm
of
not sure
course,
about this.
Endgame was pre-COVID, and
Yeah,
this is
that's true.
post-COVID. So this will
That's
be
very
an interesting test of how willing people are to go back to the movies with the
Yeah.
Omicron variant out there.
Yeah, I feel like
The Omarion variant.
if people aren't willing, this is also going to be the cement of like, okay, we're gonna release big, huge titles on streaming day in, day out. Like this, if this doesn't do well in theaters, this will
Well-
probably be the thing that cements like all movies going forward doing that sort of thing.
I am getting a booster this Friday,
Hmm.
and I'll be wearing my mask at the movie theater because it just seems like the responsible thing to do.
That's very true.
And I will enjoy the movie, and then I will leave, and
Mhm.
then, hopefully nothing happens to me.
Oh yeah.
But nothing should. So
Well, no, I'm not saying like. I kind of like just watching things streamed at home
that's fair.
on a big TV, and
That's
I
fair.
feel like if this one is impacted like other films have been, with this being such a major title, that then a lot more people will be like, all right, movie theaters for special movie screenings, streaming will also just be the norm, and it'll happen a lot faster now. Where like maybe movie theaters you get to watch it like maybe a month in advance or something, but then it's just on streaming services the next month out. I think
Yeah, I
something
feel
like
it's
that
already
could.
been moving a
It
lot
definitely has
towards that.
already been moving towards that, but a lot of movies are trying to break out of that now and like treat everything like it was pre-COVID. And I think if this one's not able to do that, then they'll most likely just be like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, well, it's because you had a couple movies that James Bond destroyed the theaters when it came out, but I think a lot of it just because like people who want to go, there's been like nothing there, so just kind of like the catch-22. So I don't know. Listen, I really enjoy like the streaming to home
Mhm.
kind of thing because I agree with you. I would much rather just like I really don't care that much about the movie experience. I like the popcorn. That's why I go.
I love going to the movies. I think it's a lot of fun. But like I'm at the point now and the people that I'm around are more important to me than sitting in a theater.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, and too, like,
Oh,
you know,
shit.
with your situation, like, I'm sure it's like you couldn't bring your family out to the theater with the way things are right now,
absolutely no.
but you could, like, you and your parents could all like gather around the TV and watch like a new release movie.
Yep.
And you'd probably and that's the other thing too, because it's like, you know, you can get the pre-release like theater movies
Mhm.
for like it's like a $20 rental or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's expensive, but think about it, like if you go to the movies, like that's what one ticket costs.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it's just it's much more like financially good as it is like, you know, all the other benefits. on top
Like
of
it's
it.
a little a column A and B because like I don't want to see theaters go away. I don't, but I also don't want to see like this streaming like alongside the movie in theaters go away as well.
Yeah.
I know it's you can't really have your cake and eat it too, but I feel like it's just much more convenient and safer all around for people to have
Yeah.
options.
The
and
one thing I think will
maybe
stop.
offer something a little bit more special if people go see it in theaters to get people's butts in the seats instead,
Yeah.
or something if they want to do it that way. But taking away that option that has now been ingrained in us over the last year or so, which it seems like a lot of companies are trying to do, I feel like it's going to harm things a lot more in the future.
The one thing I think we are going to lose, I don't think we're going to keep seeing like day one releases on like HBO
No.
Go.
No,
Like
no,
that
no, no.
one is like or Disney Plus. 'Cause, I mean, you've gotten a bunch of like actors that have gotten bent out of shape with about it, which I guess is reasonable considering like that, part of their revenue is based on the movie theater performance in their contracts. So yeah, I mean, if they aren't compensated for that change, then yeah, I can see you being bent out of shape about that. That's fair. But
And they just need better contract dealings. They need to rewrite the contracts where like that is actually taken into account. Like everyone should get fair pay, including the actors, because it's not something they can help. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna really miss HBO Max's sort of day one,
Oh, yeah.
release of their movies, because that was very convenient and it was very inexpensive comparatively speaking. So I will probably be canceling my HBO Max subscription after Matrix Resurrections.
I think a lot of people are, and I think that's going to make maybe people like Warner Brothers be like, whoa, we need to rethink this. Because why would they stay partnered with HBO Max then if no one's actually going to be subbed anymore? Because you're not the first person that said that. Like, there's so many people that are just like, yeah, I'm subbed to HBO Max because I want to see movies and I don't want to go to the theaters right now because it's just not good for me. And like, once that's gone, what does HBO Max have? Like,
Game of Thrones,
A broken app.
Nick nailed it.
So Matrix is coming out on day one on HBO Go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
HBO
good to
Max.
know.
Yeah,
Because I didn't want to watch
it's all the
that.
same.
December 22nd.
Oh, very good to know. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm really
that at
curious
home
to
on my
see what
4K
they end up
TV.
doing with it, because
Me too.
the trilogy, well, I enjoyed it. Like, it did end kind of lackluster. So
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how they pull everything back together. And especially, I kind of want to see if they do, like, secretly bring back Lawrence Fishburne. Because
They won't.
Yeah.
I know they killed him off in the game, but I'm
They
just
killed
kind
him
of
off in
hoping.
the game.
But I'm kind of just hoping that they'll just be like, oh, we found a way to bring you back anyway.
surprise!
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to how they tie the John Wick universe into the Matrix universe. That's gonna be
I
epic.
do love how they hard committed though to like, hey, did you play this online multiplayer Matrix game back in like the mid whatever 2000s?
Where we insisted that
fucking
Morpheus
died.
was going to die. Yeah.
Oh, then you're very lost, aren't you? I'm sorry you didn't come in here with the full source material.
They should do a flashback, but the flashback is literally the in-game cinematic.
No, there would be an in-game cinematic. It would just be people, just yelling, selling such and such item at me for this much gold.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Be like
How much do you think?
RuneScape server.
What are the odds you think this is the start, or they're trying to like start a new trilogy with this movie? Like, it's not just a sequel. It's like it's gonna
Absolutely. Like, this is not. I don't think this is the only one.
That's
I'd be
kind of
shocked.
Warner Brothers' thing right now, isn't it? Like, they did it for Space Jam, they did it for Mortal Kombat, and I can't see them not doing it for Matrix.
Yeah, I think they're gonna totally. What is it? Star Wars, a new. No, what is it?
Let's hope not.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars kind of was self-sabotaging. So
Yeah.
I feel like they're not going to do it because you don't have Matrix without the original director or directors.
Right.
I forget what their names are.
Wachowskis, they're there. They're doing it.
Wait, they're
Well,
doing
the
this.
one
I
of
thought.
the
one
Wachowskis
the
is
one
there.
Wachowski is there. The other one is not involved.
Oh.
And
I
I
did not
felt
know
like I felt like if you were to continue the series without them, considering what the Matrix is a symbol for, I feel like it'd be very derivative and just wouldn't be good to continue it. So
If there's enough money to be made,
true.
they'll do it.
I mean, I saw the Squid Game director turn tail pretty quickly. All
I
of
mean,
a
that's
sudden,
fair.
he's like, "Oh yeah, we're really working on season 2 right now." Be like, "I bet
know,
you are."
right?
After Netflix saw those numbers roll in,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they
Mhm.
gave you a very lucrative reason to turn tail on that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he was because he initially was saying like, I don't know, I think I'll go to a movie and maybe I'll come back to it in a few years. Be like,
It was even
Yeah.
that he'd worked on it for 10 years, and he was like, "Yeah, now that I've done that, I'm done. I
Yeah.
did it this way, and this is what I wanted. This was my
Yeah.
vision, and it's done now."
Yeah.
And then Netflix was like, "Well, how about I give you a bucket of money?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "Well, you know what? I mean, I could always change my mind."
It's like, remember all that wand that you were actually pretending to give away in the Squid Game to the winner? How about?
Oh yeah.
But the other thing too is he's like, I don't really like collaborating with people. He's like, Squid Game is like my own thing, and he's like, I really don't
Mhm.
want to work well with people, and if I do another one, I have to, and I'm not really thrilled with that. So, but who knows? I mean, maybe just find. Maybe they'll just do something where he like oversees it and just find someone capable to do it too. Who knows? Who knows what?
If
they'll
he
do.
wasn't intending on doing a sequel series or a sequel season, he shouldn't have ended the first season the way he did. Because that
Yeah.
was like, you obviously want to continue this story. Otherwise, you wouldn't have left it so open ended.
That was exactly the first thing that I complained to Brandon about after I finished it.
Mhm. It's true.
I was like, I'm so pissed about this ending because he has no intentions of going back to it anytime soon, and they ended it like this. They could have cut it like 5 minutes earlier, and I would have been fine.
Yeah. Give him well, I don't want to talk about it. But,
Yeah.
you know,
I feel like it's gonna end poorly though. Like the next season's gonna suck dick
Yeah.
because it's like made specifically to make another season. That's just how I feel though. It won't be as much of a
they're
passion
going to try and
project as the
emulate what
original.
they did. They're going to try and emulate what they did, and it's just not going to be.
I don't think
it's
they
gonna
are.
Feel like hollow. No, you don't think so?
No, I don't
they're
think-
not going to do another Squid Game with new games.
So okay, so there will be, but I think a lot of the next season, if they when they do the next season, will be more about him going to like infiltrate the games, that sort of thing. Like how the guy in the first season tried to infiltrate the games to find his brother. You know, the police officer guy or the detective,
Right.
whatever. So
Yeah.
I think he'll be that character's role in the new season. But
Yeah, I kind of
he
thought
knows
this was
like
going to be.
yeah, go on.
Oh, I was just saying, I kind of thought that this would be like, you know, a season about the one guy who will be like running it now.
And it's him.
I'm the Squid Game master.
He says,
Yeah.
"I'm the Squid Game now."
Hey me. What?
What? Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Well, probably coming 2029.
Nah. 2024 season 2.
But I'll probably have it out by
They
the
can
end of
make
the
a
year.
second season of
Russia.
Yikes.
Tiger King. They can make a second season of Squid Game.
I guess that's true. I haven't watched the second season of Tiger King yet, so
Is it out yet?
yeah,
Yeah.
it came out last
Oh.
week.
Wow.
Yes, it did.
Came out
I
just
heard
the
it
right
was
time.
horrible.
The new Omicron variant and the new season of Tiger King. They somehow, I think they're linked. You know, first season came out, COVID. How convenient. They
Oh,
want us
how the
inside watching
tables have
TV.
turned.
What were the Netflix execs doing in China? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, God.
Let's start that rumor. Let's start that conspiracy theory now.
It's just move it around some Facebook groups and we'll be good.
Yeah. Or like how Disney changed their whole.
is to blames for.
The new
Anyways.
season of Tiger King is bad. Oh man, that's sad. I was
That's
looking
what I
forward
heard.
to it.
I did not watch, so mine is just the uninformed
The hearsay.
internet opinions. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if it's bad. See what the ratings are. Oh, that's not looking good.
Wow, 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh,
Yikes.
yikes!
With an audience score of 34, that's the part you need to really look at. Because, like, yeah, tomato meter. Okay, so we're going to have a bunch of entitled fucking, journalists. They're like, I got to watch it early and it's my job, but I did not like it. Ugh. And then you've got the audience that's like, yeah, actually, those fucking journalists are right. It fucking sucked.
Anyways,
Mm.
do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Well, now that I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes, and this is video game related, but
Mhm.
Arcane League of Legends, is this?
I've heard it's fantastic.
It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know.
so-
And in the audience scores even 98%. So it's like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
I
my
should
friend
watch
who's
that.
like, I hate League of Legends, but watch Arcane. Like, that's what my friend has told me. And I'm like, oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow, it wasn't on my radar, but now that I've seen this, I might put it on
Yeah.
my radar. not even like a League of Legends fan. Like
I mean,
never
me
played the
neither.
games, but I'll watch a good show.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing wrong with that. Actually, the new season of the Jurassic Park TV show is about to come out soon too.
What?
I-
There's a Jurassic Park TV
I
show?
didn't know there was a TV show. What?
Yeah, the Netflix show. We talked about it before. The Cramp Cretaceous.
Oh, sure.
It's not related to the actual Jurassic Park, right? Or is it? Is it related?
Yes, it's canon. It's set in between the events of like Jurassic World. Well, it takes place during the events of Jurassic World in between. Well, actually, it goes through the second movie and the new season. At this point, it's headed towards the third movie. At this point, so yeah, it's pretty good actually. So it's like it's made by DreamWorks, I believe.
All right, it's
So
anime.
it's like yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Jurassic
it's-
World Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, actually, like DJ and I both really enjoy it. So
Oh, okay.
What's it on?
yeah, Netflix.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
4 seasons of it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it's actually like I said, they have some pretty interesting storylines, and they actually go into like some pretty interesting like connections between like the movies and stuff too. So if you're like me and you love the Jurassic Park stuff, it's pretty
How the fuck
interesting.
did they make 4 seasons when they quite literally released in 2020? That's insane to me.
My guess is, how did I put it? They like because the seasons aren't that long, so it's like the 2 seasons are basically about the equivalent of 1 season of like a normal cartoon.
Oh, okay, so 8 episodes apiece. It looks like.
Yeah, so they probably were commissioned for like a full season of episodes, but they've just been split up into multiple smaller seasons to pace them out. if that
Okay,
makes sense.
okay. That's still like. Hold on, wait. Do we have? You're still looking at almost 40 episodes in like the 3 seasons that currently exist.
Yeah, it's a good amount of stuff. I'm trying to think. Some of the voice actors I recognize from like other things too, but I can't think of who they are right now. But yeah, no, there's some really good stuff on there. And like surprisingly dark for a kids show sometimes.
Is it a kids
Really,
show?
wow.
I mean, it's animated, so
That don't mean jack shit, my dude.
kids love dinosaurs, and it's animated.
Bruh,
Like,
Big Mouth exists. You can't say it's animated, so.
I mean, so does South
Yeah, it's-
Park.
So,
I got in so much trouble for watching South Park when I was a kid.
Speaking of animated movies, the new I think Pixar movie about the girl that turns into a red panda. I'm looking
That
forward
looks
to that.
fun.
Looks interesting.
I want to watch it.
It's silly.
It is.
Oh, yeah, it's Y7. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I'll probably take the kids to see that. Or just wait for it to come on Disney Plus. I was really surprised my wife because she's
My
very
wife.
concerned. Yeah, my wife. She's very concerned about obviously COVID, right? And we've got the 4 and 6-year-old. The 6-year-old did get his first shot of the vaccine now that he's able to. And as soon as the 4-year-old turns 5, we'll take him. But she's very much like, we don't eat at restaurants indoors. We don't do a lot of indoor things, But she's like, we'll do a movie. I'm like, okay, all right. Interesting what you'll make exceptions for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great movie.
Anything else to talk about before we wrap up?
No?
I don't know if anyone wants
Yeah.
to touch on my COVID in modern culture games idea. I know we mentioned it briefly before, COVID in present in popular culture like video games. You mentioned Tony Hawk having it, but do you think we'll see it in game narratives in the next coming few years? Because obviously, how long it takes to make video games.
I haven't seen it in many game narratives as of late. However, my girlfriend does watch like a lot of like TV dramas, specifically like hospital ones.
Mhm.
Boy, are they running with it!
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There was a so I really like horror films and stuff. And Creepshow season 3, I think, is what's out right now. There was an entire episode that revolved around it. It was really neat. It was very well done too, but it was a little bit too on the nose. Like it never said COVID, it never said any of that, but it was more like
Heavily implied.
it was more like a possession virus. And like if the people got it, it could spread to other people and yada yada yada. And there were people that were the chosen ones that were had to go and fight against the thing. And it was very, very heavily implied, but it was actually
Very on the nose.
very on the nose. But it was very well done because it was like, yeah, it was essentially like, yeah, if this person gets COVID, you got to chop their head off. Like that was good. It was really neat.
Incredible, actually.
Yeah, it's a good episode. By the way, you were talking about that Red Panda movie. No, Dave, I believe.
Yeah.
You were the one that mentioned it. Yeah, okay. That Red Panda movie, it has one of the best trailers ever. For like the advertisement for. In the background, they play the song "It's Gonna Be May," like that song that has that meme. You know, it's gonna be May. You know that song. Her name is May. And it's quite literally doing the meme of "It's gonna be May." That's all I could think of, and I couldn't remember what the fuck that movie was called. But yeah, Turning Red. That's the one that you're talking about, the Red Panda movie. But yeah, COVID stuff. Yeah, games will definitely use it.
Yeah,
they're rewriting not Dying Light. They're rewriting Dead Island 2 right now as we speak to incorporate COVID.
Will the zombies be vaccinated or unvaccinated? That would be the question.
Ooh, that's a good question.
This thing, they'll have the vaccine for the zombie virus, and you know you'll have people who won't take it because it's like my body, my choice.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a zombie. I'm gonna be a zombie.
Hell yeah, sounds fucking
Zombies
cool.
aren't real.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty lit. That'd be a really good storyline.
Let's make it, guys. Let's make a game.
How do you guys know the zombies are close? Well, the 5G service on my cell phone is getting much stronger.
The chip in my brain is going off. Like, take all the conspiracy theories that the anti-vaxxers have and build that into a game.
Actually, you should do that and make it movies also. That way, like, as people like say that, they're like, that sounds really stupid. It's like this movie I watched that was really stupid. Like, just make bad movies based off of conspiracy theories, and then there won't be any more conspiracy theories. Because people will be like, you're a fucking idiot. That was a movie.
Well, there was that show that just came out, I believe, on Netflix that is all about, like, the conspiracy theory behind the scenes. I forget the name of the show, but it's supposed to be a pretty good cartoon. It was like adult animation.
What?
Yeah, it's a show. Gosh, I think it's from the same people who made like Adventure Time or something, or that same creative crew on Netflix. The name is.
Is it by Pendleton Ward?
Is it Inside Job?
Inside Job, yeah. There you go. That's the conspiracy theory as a cartoon, essentially. All the organization that runs all the conspiracy theories in the world.
What? This looks great.
There we go.
Fake
Another
landing lizard people. Oh my god, this
television
looks
recommendation.
hilarious. All right, I'm gonna have to watch this.
There we go. We all got a lot of great content to watch over the holidays.
Yeah, but I will say, just back to the
This
COVID
is the
and
writer
games
of Gravity
topic.
Falls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gravity Falls is fantastic. All right, cool. All right, continue.
I was gonna say, just on the COVID and games topic, I don't think we'll see many games tackle it directly, just because there's so much lead time between like starting a game and it coming out. But I think you'll probably see some more developers like attack it indirectly, kind of like what you were saying. Like they're gonna take some of the real life things that we've seen during this pandemic and like put them in games, but like they're not gonna be like, "Hey, Mario, you gotta collect 30 vaccination vials to save the princess from COVID."
Yeah, right. No, I could definitely see be something used as a narrative instrument, like, where people like, this 2020, the year when COVID ravaged the world, and you have like, some bank heist job or something because everybody's inside, or something where like something when people are trying to do something and it's around it, or
Dude, to put it like that, I think Ubisoft. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be a Tom Clancy game. Like,
You know what? I actually think that's what they're going to retool the new fucking Rainbow Six Siege into.
There you go.
The one about the pandemic that got delayed due to the pandemic.
There you go. They had to rework it because of the pandemic, because they included the pandemic. I could see a story that takes the idea of the origin of the virus and turns that into a sort of full blown like game. Where again it's like you're trying to stop the virus, right? And you're trying to stop the evil corporation, but they release it, right? That's how it ends. You know, I could see something like that. I could see, you know, again, The Last of Us was taken from like real world ideas of these ants, right? That get
cordyceps
infected with fungus. So again, I think it's ripe for content. You know, a few years down the road. I think we're going to see it integrated somehow. But again, you know, it's going to be probably 3-4 years before you see anything, and that's when COVID 24 will be all the rage.
Or it'll be like another. I don't even know it. We'll probably be onto the Greek, the
Zeta
fraternity letters.
It's not how to learn the Greek alphabet.
Yeah, they'll go through fraternities.
COVID Kai, and then people are like, "Oh, you mean that Netflix series?"
There you go, COVID Kai. How does Cobra Kai deal with the COVID virus? I love it.
Oh shit!
You're facing your most. It's not the old characters. You're fighting a virus. No, they have to close down the what is it? What do they call the place where they do the training?
Dojo?
I'm blanking on this name. Dojo. They have to close the dojo because of COVID. They can't practice in person anymore, so they have to practice remotely.
Yep.
Via
On
webcam.
Zoom.
They try to make some movies using just Zoom as a conceit. You know, I know there was like a horror movie that was just done via Zoom or
As
done
was
via
before the COVID,
webcam.
wasn't it?
I know it released during the year that COVID came out. It may have been filmed beforehand. It may have been, but
I thought that was okay. We're talking about the one where they're on like basically a Skype call or a Zoom call, and someone enters the call that it's a really bad movie. Someone enters the call that wasn't invited, and they like make the people in the call kill themselves or some shit. It's so bad. It's really bad. Let's see what it's called.
That sounds bad.
Skype horror movie. Unfriended, that's it. It came out in 2014, actually, and it was being worked on back in 2007, but it sat on the shelves for 7 years. That was a bad movie. That movie sucked. I think they made a sequel, and that may have been the one that released during the pandemic.
Okay.
Oh, Host. A Shudder original. No, man, why you gotta release some good movies and then be like, yeah, but here's a really shitty one.
Yeah.
So Host is from 2020, and yeah.
That's it for me in terms of what I can think of with regard to that topic.
Sorry. I want to read the synopsis of this movie to you. Can I? Because it's pretty good.
Go for it.
Host is the story of 6 friends who hire a medium to hold a seance over Zoom during lockdown. But they get far more than they bargained for as things quickly go wrong. When an evil spirit starts invading their homes, they begin to realize they might not survive the night. Wow. It's literally like a Ouija board over a Zoom call.
You know, no one in movies ever get far more what they bargained for, and it's like a good thing. You know?
Yeah.
Always has to be a bad thing when you bargain for.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be bad?
Probably. I don't know.
It
Potentially
might be.
campy? Maybe.
Yeah. Watch it. Tell us.
People are saying it's like bad and awkward, but it's so realistic that it's like makes sense why it's so awkward. I actually might watch this.
All right, great.
I do still have a subscription to Shudder until next year, so
there you go.
DJ just did a trial for that today.
Shudder's so good.
Sure.
Do you not like Shudder?
No, I don't know. I haven't really looked through it. Just the show he's watching on it.
What's he watching?
The Dragula drag show thing.
Oh, the drag queen show. Yeah, that's a thing. No, you should watch like Color Out of Space or any of the Last Drive-In things, or watch Creepshow, like I mentioned. Which Creepshow?
Oh, I do like Creepshow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
on
that's
Shudder.
on there.
That's a Shudder original.
Well, because like I think Amazon or someone had like most of the first season on it.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons, 2 animated movies, and a holiday special. I highly recommend watching all of it because it's really good.
I'm totally into that. So that's you sold me on. I'll have to make good use of the 7 days.
It's quite literally the reason why I subscribe to Shudder around Halloween every year, because that's when the new seasons come out.
Oh. Yeah, no, that is fine. Look, that I'm totally into. So, because I do like Creepshow. I even like the old Creepshow stuff.
Me
It's
too.
cheesy. It's campy, but I like it.
Those were the ones made by was it Spielberg that worked on them? I don't remember.
I don't know. It's based on like old Stephen King.
It's based off
stuff,
Stephen
right?
King, yeah, but I thought
Yeah.
Spielberg worked on the like cinematography and shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have
Anyways.
Shudder, but I did see Psycho Gorman.
That's also
Did
on
I see
Shudder,
that?
and I want to watch that. How is that? Was it good? Did you like it?
I appreciated it for what it was, which, again, it just plays up that kid with the alien trope, but to the extremely violent, gory degree. The people who watched it with me did not appreciate it as much.
Oh, no.
And they tried to they were like, "This is a kid's movie. Are you kidding me? I would never let a kid watch this." And they're like, "It's a kid's movie." Like, it's meant to emulate that style and then that kind of 80s, kid and monster, kid and alien, but to the R-rated degree. And so I thought it was fine. It was different. It was interesting. I have no desire to watch it again, but it was interesting for sure. I think you'd like it.
Nice.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
I think I have enough movie and TV show recommendations, so I'm good. And game recommendations. I'm going to be stocked for the next month. I'm come back and be like, all right, I did so much stuff.
You're like, I finished Luigi's Mansion 3.
I really want to hear your thoughts on It Takes Two. Like I said, it's probably the most original game I've played this year. It's very interesting, and it's just a blast to play with someone.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to drag my wife down to the basement and play on. Oh, wait, that didn't sound good.
Oh,
I'm gonna
No,
take- I'm gonna-
not very good.
I'm gonna get my wife down here, and we're gonna play my game room. We're gonna
Nice.
play It Takes Two. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll be back on. I'll be back on December,
Yeah.
right before
So
Christmas.
tomorrow? No, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Take some time to play some games. But you guys gonna do I assume you're gonna be taking a break for Christmas, but
Yeah, we usually do a break between the 2 weeks.
Record a bunch of Game of
Okay.
the Year shit, and then we're like,
Yep.
yep. When are we doing that, Mike?
Don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
It usually will happen sometime in December, and we're like, oh shit. It's almost Christmas.
Oh shit, it's almost Christmas.
We gotta fix this up.
It's only 3 weeks away.
You disgusting brain.
let me know what the game of the year watch or
He's
game
not
of the year
wrong.
show is.
He is
I'll be
not
happy to
wrong.
talk to you about my games of the year.
All right.
That's something you need me for.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You're welcome to join. It'll be fun.
Sweet.
All right. Let's wrap it up. I'm
All
calling it.
Sounds good.
It's dead. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us tonight. Don't forget to find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, or wherever else you get your podcasts. You can check us out on our website, game-crunch.com. Or if you want to reach out to us, we're on Facebook or Twitter. Or you can send us an email, gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Dave, you're up first. Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Thanks to
Please
share.
check me out on aroundthelens.com. I recently resurrected the show. So we're doing it about once every 2 weeks or so right now.
Nice.
Other than that, love talking about games. Have a great month, everybody.
Yeah, we love having you.
You too.
Thanks.
All right, Nick.
I don't got a lot going on, so
All right.
All right, Brandon. It's all you.
I stream on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Twitch.tv. Gato
Pacific time?
Asuka. No, Eastern Standard.
Japan time.
Sorry. Yeah, Japan time. Yeah. We just do random games each week. Last week we did World War Z, which was really fun. So I don't know what we're doing this week.
All right.
I normally figure it out right before we go live. So
It's a mystery
that's
for
it.
everyone.
yeah, even me.
All right, that's it. My name's Mike Anastasia. You can find me online on Clash Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
Game.
Come on.
Oh, I got some games to talk about today, Mike.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it was Black Friday. I bought like 4 of them.
I ended up not buying anything.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll make some suggestions today then for games that you should definitely buy in the future.
Okay.
At least one. One I can safely say is the sleeper hit of this year. It is fucking phenomenal, and I can't believe how good it is.
Okay.
And I'll preference it with this. It's so good that a band was made to make this game. This game has its own fake band and its own music by this fake band that became a real band that was made specifically for this one game.
Okay.
Yep. It's pretty good. Pretty fucking good.
Can't wait to hear about Call of Duty.
Nope. No.